Okay, I'm gonna mark this up in pencil. I hope you can see it. Like here's the nose, the middle of his face. I'm gonna have to turn where I can see it, but okay, that's kind of the straight on line. And what I'll do is figure out my feather size and run my feathers up there. These are going to be the little quill shafts, and then have, see if they're about like that. And they'll overlap each other, so that first one will be the biggest looking one. Then what I'm doing there is just putting out the shaft on the feathers, the little part that holds the feather together, I guess you'd say. It's going to be pretty straight. And as you get down here, there's more of a curve. You don't see quite as much in my rendering. This one needs to, oh, something there. Here's one. And that one needs to be a little bit more. Talking to myself, but this fuzzy part will go out and meet the white part of the feathers. And now I'm going to take this 14 millimeter. This is a 14 millimeter. I thought it was a 14 millimeter 11, and outline the feathers. We'll do this while the neighbor cuts a tree down, it sounds like. And on this, I cut on the outside of the line for the feather, and it's not much of a deep cut, not a very deep cut. Well, he's got it singing out there, doesn't he? If you knew the neighbor situation, that'd be pretty funny. I don't know if you can tell much about what's going on there. Anyway, you can see these are the cuts I've made in there, kind of just outlining those feathers. And do all this on the other side as well. This is a pretty good rhythm part. You get into a rhythm of doing it, and it works pretty quick. It's just finding that rhythm. I hadn't done one of these headdresses in a while. This is the one part, like, don't put a lot of pencil marks on a carbon. That's when you do, they all have to come off, but here it's really helpful. And then from this feather, which is on the end here, to that one, I'll start, I think it should start going down a little bit. So this one, like that feather goes up there, this feather will kind of come under there and just kind of start drooping. Ooh. Drooping down. And again, these aren't deep cuts where it's no recovery if it doesn't work out in the exact spot. And that's as far down as I'll go on that. Need to get this here, so I say that like this area rounded off like the shoulder should be. Dig that out just a little bit. And you see, just doing that, it starts putting the arm in there where it should be. Now I'll work on this hand, and I've colored it up quite a bit, so I'll carve that off. And this is going to have his fingers. Butt of that's going to be right there. And his fingers are under there. And then his thumb is kind of over the top, going like that. That's also going to go back in there a little bit. So his hand's going to, his arm will be something like that. That's about right. Using that as the elbow, put the elbow there. And then on the other side, man, his elbow will be way up here, and that just doesn't look right until you look at that picture and it's more out. I think I'm going to split the difference though. When in doubt, I'll just start here. I'll carve this down, and I think it's going to need to be about right there, but I'm going to start with that. See that part? Sometimes, like, I lay stuff out like that, and when I get to checking it for right proportions, or even being close to proportionately right, I find out that, wow, it really And then I'm going to put a little line where the sleeve would go. Just kind of get that set in, and now I know that the fringe will be back behind it. The hand will go into it. The thumb will round over, so I know now how I can start carving that. And just to start it, I'll go, like I said, that's going to need to be rounded over. This is his hand. Once I want to cut that, I'm really holding so I don't cut myself. Well, now I can see where the hand needs to be shaped, or what the shape the hand needs. And I also know that that's going to tuck up under the sleeve, so I can go ahead and kind of cut into that. And with that, the hand is kind of, this hand is kind of in business. What I will do is look at it up under here and see. On some of these carvings, it kind of goes away, like your little finger. You won't see, you just don't see every little, you don't see the little finger up under there. So there's no need to worry about putting it in there, because then you're just too realistic. Well, it's just not realistic at all, because you just don't see it. It tucks up under. Kind of fade off into the sunset. I'll have I do know I can cut a little area between the thumb and fingers. Just paying attention to the grain where you start to cut and you see it's fixing to tear. Well, go the other way. That needs to come off. Now outlining it with this gouge, and now maybe if you couldn't see it before, you can see there. And again, this cut isn't big enough or deep enough. You can see there. This is the cut I just made. I cut up here over that, so you can kind of see where that goes, and that does kind of. It gives me a place over here where I can kind of anchor to it and know that this stuff needs to go. That's kind of that, oh, got up there kind of high, but you can see now I got that part of the sleeve defined. Go in here and work a little more on the defining that. Don't want to cut too far up under there. I'll cut all my fringe off.